As long as your body is healthy, you have thousands of problems. Yeah, but in the moment your body gets sick, you have one problem. That's why I mean, first of all, before like tackling everything, yeah, so how to build up your life and how to whatever do, make sure your body stays healthy. If the body is not healthy, you don't need to worry about anything else. How you learn to face the pain, use the body. So what is the very first thing anybody in the world is supposed to do? If you look at your life and realize that in the last 7 days, you are only sitting or lying, it's not enough. It's unbalanced. No matter what it is, that person is going to be unbalanced for sure. So this is why any type of physical activity doesn't need to be Shaolin Kung Fu. Any type of physicality needs to be inside the way of life of a normal human being.
You mean any sports? Like
any sport. Okay. So sport is already good. Ultimately meaning take care of the body. Because, you know, there is a nice saying. As long as your body is healthy, you have thousands of problems. Yeah, but in the moment your body gets sick, you have one problem.
That's really true. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Yeah. So that's why I mean, first of all, before like tackling everything, yeah, so how to build up your life and how to whatever do, make sure your body stays healthy. If the body is not healthy, you don't need to worry about anything else. So respect, take care, and love your body. Nourish your body, nourish yourself in such a way that you understand it's something right now very, very precious to have. Okay, this is number one.
Okay.
Okay. Now, of course, there is a difference probably what type of sport you are doing, but I can only talk about, let's say, the Shaolin way, the Shaolin practices, and what is so special about them is that they are not based only on like external practices. Yeah, in the Shaolin way, sometimes you have just positions, you're just standing, body is not moving, but just because the body is not moving doesn't mean you are not training something, doesn't mean you are not doing something. It's just not visible on the outside.
Yeah.
That's why we call it's internal training. Internal training, meaning, for just as an example, feeling how much tension do you carry inside of your body. You know, if somebody like stay like this, you can see I have tension. Okay, but then I relax the shoulder. Okay, now looks better, but that's just the outside layer. The question is inside your organs, everything inside. How much tension do you carry there? So this is also a way what is happening in all of these martial art practices, meaning you become more fine than even about your body. And the more fine you become about the body, the more access you have to it. And because you become so fine, the mind becomes so fine. It becomes more subtle to the changes that are happening inside our lifetime. And then what do you do with that ability of you sense like the subtle changes? It is like you have a way better possibility right now to really fine tune your life. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you realize, oh no, that frequency doesn't sound right. Now it's okay. Yeah, so it has something to do with how fine are you to adjust your life. Yeah, it's like you're a busy man, you have a hobby, you have a profession, you have the podcast, maybe you have a girlfriend, maybe you have children. The more you have, the more aware you need to become. How do all of these areas actually interfere to your overall feeling? And if one of these things like needs more attention, you need to be able to sense this. Mm-hmm. If another is like too much, then you need to take a little bit. So it's always a type of balancing. The more areas in life you have, the more detailed, the more fine you have to become to balance all of this out. You spend too much with podcast and with work and with your hobbies, well, your relationship won't be happy. It's just going to be like this. But you give all energy only into the relationship, well, you're going to be unhappy because all the other things that are also important to you don't have enough energy. So it's a very fine line sometimes to really figure out how to adjust. And that means to be able to really sense. Sometimes really sense the presence of the other person, which means just because somebody talks to you and smiles in your face doesn't mean the energy is right. Yeah, but exactly already with this word, when I say energy, yeah, it's sometimes strange to people. They say, "Wow, it's esoteric." So what do you mean by energy? But you know, it's very simple. People can laugh in your face, but you feel is not real. People can just sit there and you can feel their suffering. People can sit there and pretend to smile, but you can feel they're angry. This is what I, in a simple way, say. Beyond what we see, obviously, there is another area that gives you more and more real, actually, information than the obvious what you think you see.